Coming up today on LMM, we see big trains moving and little trains. Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM. Today we return to the Whitwell and Reepham Railway for the Gala, but whilst me and Matt were busy preparing the Ruston 48, inside the sidings bar, model railways were at play. First up was Frampling in 00. The model is based on the long-gone terminus at Frampling in Suffolk, which was the end of a short branch line from Wigan Market on the East Suffolk line. The line closed in the 1950s, but the layout imagines that services had continued into the DMU era. I really like this layout because it's part of my local area, and having visited the old station site, I can kind of envision how this would have all worked back in the day, and that's a really cool thing to see. Next up in SM32 was 4,000 yards Area 5, a layout depicting a marshalling yard somewhere near the front lines during the horrific times of the First World War. It features a wide variety of recognisable rolling stock, like simplexes and the armoured simplex you can see trundling up and down. The models are all sound fitted for that extra level of immersion, and I think a layout like this is hugely important to be able to visualise some of what went on behind the scenes of resupplying the front line. It was a terrible time, but it's an incredible thing to model and to make sure that the sacrifices of those, especially around this time of year, are never forgotten. Outside, locomotives started to move themselves around, ready for the day's activities. Returning indoors and dropping down to N scale was Tremlin, showing how much can be achieved in the gauge in a relatively small space. This was a busy mainline station with frequent trains rushing in and out. It's set somewhere in the western region during the changeover years, so you've got British Rail livery stock and Great Western liveried locomotives running through. With the rails of the track staying the same distance apart but changing the scale to 009 was Ironbridge Mill. This is a really interesting layout because all the locomotives and rolling stock are all designed and printed by the layout's owner. It's all automated as well, so trains run into a section and that then triggers the next section to go along, so you can just set the thing into action and it looks after itself. I really like the style that they've gone for. It's something very, very different, and all the locomotives and rolling stock just look cute. They're recognisable of what their full-size 00 scale counterparts would be, but yet it's all kind of smaller and cuter, and it's just very visually interesting. All the buildings as well were also 3D printed and designed by the owner as well, so there's a lot of creativity here. Back outside, Matt and I were busy trundling up and down with Sir William. Heading back indoors and returning to Double O was Abbott Darcy, Together at Christmas. The layout depicts a small heritage line in its first year of operation during its first Santa Special Christmas event. And what I really like about this layout is it shows what you can achieve in a shelf space. Normally you'd go, oh, this isn't wide enough for a layout, but this shows you can model something that feels like a heritage railway. I also like the fact that the signal post is there, but the signals aren't yet installed. Only half the platform is in operation. It gives that feel of a very early preservation society, and that's something that we don't really model very often, and it gives you all kinds of possibilities from a modelling frontier, so maybe it's something I'll revisit in the future. Moving up a scale to O gauge was Cromer Beach, modelling the engine shed at the end of the branch line. This one I've seen several times before, and it's really cool to see it as it's progressing as it continues to be built. Despite being based on a real location, there was plenty of activity, with locomotives coming in and off shed, being turned on the turntable ready for their next duty, and freight trains arriving behind to restock the shed. Returning to the world of 12 inches to the foot, and shunting was going on, getting ready for the last train of the day. And then finally we get to the NCMA Modular, the layout that I'm part of. We were exhibiting this in a new, smaller format. In fact, this is the smallest ever format we've had it in. It was just my module, Subsidence, and Loss's Museum, and this time we were only using one traverser, so a train would come in, run into the platform, uncouple, be shunt released by another train that had brought the previous train up, which would then take the train back down to the traverser. This meant we could operate it quite happily with just two people, and it made it a lot more manageable. If we're going to take the full force of the modular somewhere, we need a team of people to come with it, whereas this, being just 3 sections long, this was easily managed by Loz, Simon and Nick. It shows the strength of having a modular layout because you can operate it in different ways, you can put it together in different ways, and proving that this way works opens up a whole host of different shows we can go to, taking just a little bit. We're all based in different parts of the UK, so being able to do this means that maybe me and Nick can meet up and take 2 of our modules to a show together, and it's going to open a lot more doors for what we can do, taking little bits or big bits to big shows like the NEC. Having had a good look at my own layout, it was time to head outside for the last train of the day. And with that brings us to the end of the day here at the Whitwell and Reepham Railway and the end of this video, so thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed seeing the full size stuff going up and down, how about clicking here for the video on the Gala itself, or down there for when we took the Modular to the Slough show. And with that, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you at the NEC with the Modular in full force, and also we'll see you at the Whitwell and Reepham Railway on New Year's Day, where we're going to be doing Train Ride again with Sir William. See you then, ta-ra.